Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in a gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you today is the absolute highlights and trouncing that JD Vance delivered on top of Tim Walz's head. If the mainstream media can't hold the water for the Democratic VP candidate, oh, they got a problem. You're going to love every second of this. Please send this out, and everything will be linked in the description box below for your reference, per usual. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. If you want to spread freedom from left to right, south to north, this is the place for you. All right, people, listen. We got to dive into this shenanigan of a VP debate that we had last night. I decided not to stream it, and man, I'm kind of sad I didn't, because this was glorious. Now, the first thing that I'm going to show you is a little hat tip to Sky News Australia. They put together a supercut of the media reacting to the failure of Tim Walz. Oh, this is so good. So like I said, hat tip to Sky News Australia, and then we're going to go to a few other sources. But I want to show you at a few different timestamps, which will be linked in the description, how bad this actually was from the media's perspective. The media is no friend to freedom. All right, we're going to start off at seconds of 29 here. Let's get it, because this right here is where it begins. Again, hat tip to Sky News. Let's pop it off.
Even leftist media like CNN were forced to admit Tim Walz lost the debate.
I think there was a clear lack of preparation and execution here on Walz's part.
I think actually it's the opposite. I think he had too much preparation.
Maybe, yeah.
He had so many lines that he was clearly trying to say that he didn't listen and said when JD Vance said one of the many things he really hit Kamala Harris on, not Tim Walz, but Kamala Harris, he didn't respond because he clearly had things in his mind. I think the lack of interviews that he has done with national media, with local media, it showed. He needed more reps.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, JD Vance is much more experienced at this, at public speaking, at defending himself, at pivoting.
MSNBC.
All right, we'll get to her in a second. Did you catch that? Well, you know, she went after Kamala Harris. She went after the precious. Vance went after the precious, but no one was able to defend her. Yeah, because Walz sucks at this. Vance smoked this dude. When you've got a CNN anchor going, yeah, he kind of sucked. And then the other one goes, well, it's not that he sucked. He just sucked. And after all, they don't have a lot of experience in media because they just don't do interviews. Oh my Lord. Guys, that was not only they sucked multiple ways, but also kind of like a dig at the Democrat ticket, Kamala Harris, because they never talked to the press. That's just the first one. Now, the second one we're going to get to, and I want to hit the time right on this one. This one starts at 3 minutes. Guys, this is not common stuff. I think we skipped, actually, Rachel Maddow, which is a blessing for everybody. All right, yeah, we did. Let's jump right to 3 minutes here. Again, we're only getting started. We got a lot more to show you.
Host had a different take, accusing JD Vance of mansplaining the all-female moderators.
Like muting powers. And I actually think if you're a woman, that might be the worst moment JD Vance had, because he was going to mansplain right over that mute button. He was, and again, I don't pretend to know how everyone will react to this. I think that a lot of women in positions of authority that should command respect just by virtue of that.
Sorry, I just had to notice the body language of Chris Hayes right next to her, slouched over, kind of like bummed out, because he knows his boy got smoked. All right, let's continue. Sorry.
Dynamic will see themselves in some dude that disrespected them and talked over. I mean, there was a moment like that with the vice presidential in the Harris-Pence debate.
All right, so we're going to get to that part in a second, too. Keep in mind, when the left media on MSNBC can't go into anything of substance, they're just going to go to the fact that the guy was talking over the female moderators and he was mansplaining to that inanimate object, the mute button. No, he was actually just talking and correcting the record because the moderators tried to cut him off and woman-splain him. How you like that? Honest to God, guys, when you see the leftist media going down this road of going, well, he was mansplaining to those nice old moderators who were just looking to have a good old-fashioned debate in which Tim Walz got his junk pushed in by Vance. Yeah, he was mansplaining. He was a meanie pants. He was mean. Yeah, that's how you know, guys. All right, this next one, this is at 4:09. Oh, goodness gracious. Wait till Pritzker squirms on this one. You guys are going to love every second of this. And then we got a little Jen Psaki, too.
Let it rip.
And more of the leftist media seem to be turning on the Democrats, with CNN's Jake Tapper calling out the Harris-Walz campaign for their lack of public-facing interviews.
I've interviewed you more this week than I've interviewed the entire Democratic ticket this year, but that's a separate issue.
Okay, but the Democratic ticket has not been the Democratic ticket for very long.
Make them all three of them. So make it all three.
MSNBC's Jen Psaki also came out against Walz, saying Vance seemed reasonable and Walz was missing magic.
Look, I felt that if you're sitting at home and you were watching and you were not fact-checking and you weren't familiar with what J.D. Vance had said previously or what Donald Trump stood for, he seemed at many moments to be reasonable.
Yeah.
And that was clearly a change in tone, and I know you all were talking about the strategic shift there. That was interesting to watch.
All right, I'm going to pause her for a second. Circle back, Psaki. All right. She used to be the press secretary for President Biden. She is deep, there's too many jokes I could put. She's really involved with the Democrats. All right? This is her trying to say, yeah, I got nothing because the boy wonder from Minnesota just let us down when he straight freaking froze about why he was in Tiananmen Square and lied about it. But anyway, it's all about relatability. It's all about, there was a tone shift. There's a strategy shift. What she's saying is it failed for Walz to connect. The magic was gone, but Vance connected. Cue the freaking alarms. All right, let's keep going. Circle back's got more.
Watching Tim Walz, what I thought about was when he emerged onto the scene, we all probably interviewed him 5 times during Veep Stakes. He propelled himself single-handedly into Veep Stakes, right? He became the running mate because of their chemistry, but also because he was so effective at connecting people authentically and organically on television. He's been absent. I think that's a huge mistake to hold him back and not put him out there.
Meaning he hasn't been on the media.
He hasn't been out in the media for a while. He's been absent. I do think that's a missed opportunity. But tonight, I felt like he was spending a lot of time in the first half or 2/3 proving he read the briefing materials.
ABC's Lindsay.
I don't need to talk to them. She just said he's like Biden. But the whole point here is, guys, he read a lot of the briefing materials. He was under-prepped. No, he was over-prepped. Or back in when I was a kid, you just lost. Yeah, I know, guys, but it's okay. We got to come up with reasons why they suck. So let's go to another piece here. This is another little supercut from Colin Rugg. This guy is a pretty good summation. I'll let you guys read that while this clip's playing. But basically, here's a different supercut of the media saying how bad Walz did. All right, again, remember, Vance was this big idiot the whole time, big joke. Then all of a sudden, this happened. Yeah, you hate to see it.
There is no doubt in my mind, however Governor Walz did in terms of sincerity, that Vance won this debate.
Mm-hmm. Does Governor Walz have a problem with the truth? No.
They were talking, at one point, Vance wanted to correct something about how Haitians got into this country. And he was right, and the moderators wouldn't let him correct it. It's very interesting.
What?
But at the beginning, the two issues driving the campaign right now are Harris has a big deficit on the economy, Harris has a big deficit on immigration, and Republicans were happy tonight and Democrats a little bit nervous that on those two issues, Vance carried it.
J.D. Vance is much more experienced at this, at public speaking, at defending himself, at pivoting.
It's the audacity. I agree with you that we're in year 9 and no one knows how to cover the audacity.
The audacity.
Is that someone should have said, stop it, stop. Are you effing kidding me? And they should have dropped that F-bomb, right? I mean, they should have just, this is a debate. This may be the only chance people have to see the difference.
Squirm, leftist, squirm. Again, Nicole Wallace, same person who was going down the road of saying hey, we're mansplaining, and J.D. Vance was a big mean bully to the mute button, and he was being mean to the moderators, and he just wasn't an all-around nice guy. And now at the very end, she's going, someone should just tell him the F off. Guys, you want to know how you got a real good victory? When you have the leftist media doing everything that I just showed you. CNN saying, yeah, Vance won. Geraldo Rivera, yeah, Vance won. You got Chris Cuomo going, yeah, the moderators are kind of crap and Vance was right. Guys, it's raining cats and dogs. And Vance, the idiot that they just told us he was, just smoked their golden boy from Minnesota like he had never been on a stage before. prepare for imminent meltdown. I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think, and I will see you then.